That's to coming back to your Rotary Club meeting. Good programs, good times, good fun at your meeting is the best assurance for retaining high club membership, for maintaining regular attendance, and eliminating the early leaver program. Of course, every meeting can't be a weekly meeting of the comedy club or a extravaganza to rival the Super Bowl, but you have to have interesting meetings week after week if you really want to retain membership. You want people in your community to know about the Rotary Club and says, how can I get into that kind of an organization that's having so much fun and doing so much good in the community? Oh, if I could be president again, I'd spend a lot more time on the care and feeding of our guest speakers. I am ashamed at how poorly most Rotary clubs treat the guest speakers by the thoughtless lack of common courtesy or even a note of thanks. Think how poorly we frequently introduce the guest speakers and how seldom we ever bother of our members to go up afterwards and say, thank you for coming to our club. Thank you for giving your time. You don't have to agree with them or even like them, but common courtesy says, thanks for taking your time to be at our club meeting. And then I'd look at my club rostrum. Does it have a light that works? Does the PA system operate if you need one? Does your club banner look like a distress signal? Dress up your meeting rooms. Go back this week to your own club and look around. Look around and see what your club meeting looks like, because I assure you there is no question in my mind that the atmosphere of a meeting room can actually influence the success of your weekly meetings. That's why in these plenary sessions we had symbols of Rotary, posters of Rotary, so you felt the atmosphere of Rotary. And that's why Finest Jeffers have done this job of decorating, because the atmosphere of the meeting has an impact upon what the people get out of the meeting. Oh, I'd never attempt to have empty tables down in front of the room. They're so discourteous to your speaker, and it just makes it so much tougher for the speaker to do a job. I'll tell you, that first meeting, if you count the number of empty seats on the first row and find everybody in the room that many dollars, the rest of the year you'll not have a problem. You see, if you could also provide a small gift to each speaker to express your appreciation and the courtesy of a person giving a gift of their time and their energy and their abilities to your club. It might be a product from your local community, a symbol of Rotary. The value is not nearly as important as the thoughtfulness of saying we appreciate you coming to our meeting and to giving your time and energy so graceful, just to entertain, just to inform our club. And then I'd take a look at those 20, 25 minutes I have as club president each meeting before the speaker begins. I'd make much better use of those vital minutes. Not just follow the way all the other club presidents have done it in my club year after year. I've attended some club meetings that are so bad, I think I'll slip out the back door. Then I realize I'm the speaker. I'd change the mumbling, jumbling that we call the introduction of guests. I'd make it alive, sincere. I'd make it fun. You see, my friends, the introduction of the guests is not just a routine. It's one of the most significant parts of that Rotary meeting, because it tells the story of the worldwide organization of Rotary, that any one of us, some 1 million, nearly 300,000 people, can walk into another Rotary club and say, I am a Rotarian, and they're welcomed into the family. That introduction of guests is an important part of your weekly meeting. You see, I'd make those as introductions as warm and friendly and sincere as you would if you were introducing somebody into your office or into your home. Oh, if I could do it over again, I'd never give encouragement to early leavers by saying, now's the time for the early leavers to leave. No, sirree. I would make it known from the very beginning of my year that our club from now on will not be disrupted by those thoughtless and discourteous Rotarians who have a habit of walking out just when the speaker is introduced. I would let it be known that we now have a new tradition that if you stay for the entire meeting, unless some emergency arises, you stay for the full meeting. And if you can't, that's no problem. You make up somewhere else. And that early leaving is not an acceptable practice in a Rotary Club. I would have some interesting Rotary information in each one of our meetings, some of the fascinating history and traditions and culture of the Rotary clubs in the world, and I'd have a member each week give the Rotary Minute and talk about some aspects so that we actually know that the meeting is a Rotary meeting and not some meeting of some community group with no name. Perhaps I might have somebody use the ABCs of Rotary, which is a useful little book I found. Oh, if I could be president again, I'd do everything I could to make my meetings come alive. I've come to the conclusion that the biggest reason for the drop in Rotary membership is that the club just isn't worth the time or effort to belong, or not worth the decision to attend the meetings. Well,